See, we're already screwing things up and haven't even gotten started. Alright, let's try this again. Hey, all you action figure enthusiasts out there, JC here, and I'm coming at you with a new TNINews video. However, as you can tell, I am trying something new out here. We're going live with today's news video. So definitely expect this to be raw. I'm expecting, as you can already tell, technical difficulties. It's not going to be a smooth news video, but I thought I'd give it a try, trying out some new streaming software. So that's really kind of as I'm getting used to it. While we're going to probably have some glitches as we go along, but I figured, what the hell? Good way to maybe interact with you guys. So I'll pop over here. I can see your comments over here. So I'll pop over there from time to time and maybe take some questions on some stories that we're going to cover here today. And primarily today we're going to focus, and of course I also have to keep remembering to look at the camera, which is in a different place now as I'm live streaming. It's much higher than I'm used to, but so if I'm looking off camera or something, then that's probably why. But anyway, let's go on and jump into the news. And I thought we would start off with something on the store and collectibles front. So just yesterday, I think it was yesterday, so much has been happening the last couple of days, I kind of lose track. But we got here new images for the upcoming Mortal Kombat 3 Sub-Zero figure. So this is the unmasked one that they've been teasing. They've actually had this one up at some of the conventions, so we have seen this figure, or at least early prototypes of the figure. But now we're getting the new images that were put out by Bluefin Distributors, which of course is the U.S. distributor for Storm Collectibles. And overall, this head sculpt looks pretty good in my opinion. I'm assuming they didn't really give any specific details, and I haven't looked closely enough, but I'm going to assume that this is the newer body that they are using also on the Scorpion figure that they're doing for the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. That it was said to be a new body with new articulation from the previous Scorpion, and here I'm assuming it's the same thing with Sub-Zero, but I won't swear to that. But definitely, I think the head sculpt looks good and everything, and if you're a fan of Sub-Zero, that is one you're probably going to want to add. Now, again, we only have just a couple images that they released, no details. That it's not gone up for pre-order yet, and I'm not entirely sure when it will be available for pre-order. Now, and I'm also, normally I like to stick with like Marvel, and then, but here today I'm probably going to be jumping around a lot. So this next story is actually comes from overseas and in Hong Kong, an event that took place this past weekend in Hong Kong. So the company Sentinel was debuting a new product line. Basically, these are called armored fighters. It's Marvel based. These images come via Tag Hobby. So essentially what they've done is they've taken Marvel characters and they've given them armor, Iron Man type armor outfits. So this one here is Wolverine, and that one's looking pretty good. And then we also have in the line we have Spider-Man, which of course is sporting the armored Spider-Man look, because if you're going to go with an armored Spider-Man, you might as well go with the one that we've already seen many times over. He's got the legs and everything. I don't know exactly what the scale is on these figures. They look around 6 inches or so, but I won't swear to that. A lot of times the Sentinel stuff is a little bit taller, so I don't know the exact scale of what these figures are going to be. And then we also have Iron Man himself. He was the only painted version of the figure that they had on display. There's a Deadpool figure, which I seem to have lost the image, and Captain America as well. So I had these images all nicely grouped, and now for some reason those two are missing. But there is a Captain America, and there is also, as I said, a Deadpool figure in those armored, with the armored look and everything. So just bouncing over here to the comments. And Again, forgive me as I get the feel for this software. Basically, going back and forth from the images to the live video is a little tricky. So, and then there's always this little delay. Alright, so we're back. So glancing over here, checking out comments. Oz thinks his legs are too short. I'm going to guess maybe he's thinking the Spider-Man figure. I don't know. Darth Primus checking in. What's up, Omega? Yeah, Wolverine. Actually, the Deadpool. Well, for me, I guess probably Captain America. And Captain America. I don't know where that image went, but Captain America, he's wearing armor. It's unpainted prototype, but I'm gonna be curious to see if they kind of give him that Iron Patriot look with the Captain America figure. All right, so next, let's move on. Oh wait. Just because at the last minute, here is the Deadpool figure. Sorry, the cropping got messed up on some of these too. And then here's the Captain America figure. Go away, Deadpool. Okay, yeah, there's Captain America, and that definitely, I'm thinking it's pretty cool. I like the shield. The shield looks nice and clean. I like the line work that's sculpted there in the shield. So, like I said, I'll be interested to see if they paint him pretty much like Iron Patriot, or if they give him more of a traditional Captain America. It's hard to tell from these images, but like, will he have the red and white here at the midsection, or will it be, like I said, more of a kind of Iron Patriot look? Deadpool's back again. All right, so moving on, and next up here, again, some of the cropping here. See, these are the technical difficulties that I was telling you about. But it was announced. Now, I talked about this before. It was rumored. It'd been rumored basically because some listings had shown up on an overseas distributor, and about McFarlane doing Witcher figures. And yesterday, or on Friday, I should say, that they confirmed it. They haven't shown any figures or done anything other than just show this little teaser image, but it does confirm that they are doing figures based on the Witcher video game series. The rumors indicated there's going to be 2 versions. One includes Witcher himself, 2 7-inch figures, and then there's a 12-inch figure of Witcher that they're doing, and then there's supposedly some Walmart exclusive that they're doing as a 7-inch figure. And I've even heard some rumors, and I've done nothing. Somebody told me on Facebook that there was a Hong Kong distributor or e-tailer listing a Mandarin Spawn figure for this line, taking pre-orders for Mandarin Spawn. I've not been able to track that down to confirm. Sounds interesting. I don't know how Spawn works into this, unless he's going to be an added addition to the game or something. But kind of like we saw with Mortal Kombat. But it'll be interesting to see if that ends up, if that little rumor ends up turning out to be true or not. Because I know, not me personally, but when you see people talking about what Spawn figures that they want to, would like to see McFarlane do new versions of, Mandarin Spawn always seems to be one that comes up. All right, glance back over here to the questions. McFarlane's knocking it out of the park, according to Cryo. If I screw up your name, I apologize for that. I'm terrible with names. CB says he gets a lot of figures thanks to my news. Glad I can help you. Hopefully you haven't gotten any figures that you ended up not liking because of my news. Alright, so let's jump on to the next story here. And now we've got the Rampaging Hulk. So yesterday, I talked about this last week. We saw the concept art that was put out and, letting us know that this figure was coming. but we yesterday got the official images released by Diamond Select Toys of their new Marvel Select figure, which is said to be about 9.75 inches tall. It's going to be out in early 2021. I don't have a specific release date. It's going to have the pair of open hands, it's going to have a pair of closed-fisted hands, and then it's going to have one extra grabby type hand. And then the other thing that is going to come with this figure, which I have now lost the image. I don't know. Oh, wait, here it is we get this robot head, which is, as I understand it, is based on the Cosmic Hulk character that actually first appeared back in the 70s, and then again in 2010. A bunch of lines just showed up. I don't know if you see those or not. There we go. But you can see he's got this robot head, which again I believe is a nod to the Cosmic Hulk. Now the actual Cosmic Hulk, at least images that I've seen, you know, he actually should have his whole right or left side of his body here, upper body should have metal parts. So it's not really you know, I don't think a true representation of the character, but again, just kind of an extra head as a nod to that, I would say. So if you're, you know, I think, you know, for the most part, you know, figures like the Hulk work really well with the Marvel Select line just because the bigger characters, you know, you definitely, you know, and I'm talking about those of you who collect, you know, Marvel Legends, you know, these bigger characters tend to fit in pretty good with the Marvel Legends line, as opposed to like a regular character who's 7-inch scale is going to look kind of silly next to your 6-inch Marvel Legends. So I know a lot of people like to collect the bigger characters, including myself. Usually, you know, when I do buy Marvel Select figures, it is the bigger characters. And this looks like, you know, could be their nicest Hulk. I know some people thought that he was going to have butterfly joints based on the concept art that went out there, but I think that was just the diagram showing you like the articulation, but not really meant to say that these are butterfly joints. So I would actually be kind of surprised if Diamond Select did butterfly joints, especially on a character like the Hulk. But like I said, this will be out in early 2021, and the official images were revealed yesterday. Supposed to be an exclusive to Shartimus Prime, but somebody screwed up someplace and they leaked out early. So unfortunately, Shartimus only got to talk about the figure. He didn't get to debut it, and he had his shirt con yesterday. If you managed to catch that. Alright, now we're going to get into a little bit of Marvel Legend news as soon as I get this Hulk picture off the screen. I think I hit the wrong... Again, more technical difficulties. See, I had these images all in order and then something happened and they got all kind of mixed up. Let me know, you know, in the comments if you, and again, hopefully if I do this more, it'll get smoother as I get more used to this software. But, you know, let me know if you like the live thing. Oh, there's Shartimus checking in. What's up, Shart? So, yeah, let me know, you know, like I said, if I get more used to this, I'm sure this will hopefully get a little bit smoother. You know, I'd love to do, you know, have a smooth news video where I go from one story to the other and then take some questions or what have you. You know, this kind of pausing and having to jump around and stuff's annoying, but like I said, hopefully as I get more used to it. I didn't know until just recently that you could actually kind of like embed images into a live stream video and or even have like people call in through like a Skype call and do a video conference live on YouTube. So those are things that I'm actually, you know, kind of excited for to kind of you know, experiment with more. Alright, so next we get into a little bit of Marvel Legend news here. So yesterday Hasbro revealed that they had delayed, you know, if you recall, they launched this fan vote back in February during Toy Fair, where they essentially asked you to vote on 3 different figures. No, those damn green lines. Alright, hold up. But anyway, the three figures that you were able to vote upon were, and they're all new said to be new figures. Essentially, all characters we've gotten before, but new versions of them. So first up, we had the Silk figure here. and then also Elektra in her white outfit. Zoom in on a little bit of these. So she had her, she was in her white outfit, and I want to say this is primarily just a repaint, but I won't swear to it. But she's got her katana and the two psi weapons and everything. This is probably my least favorite of the three. And then the third one here. Actually, let me go back to Silk, because Silk seemed to me like they had put the most effort into. She had the most accessories. She had the two different head sculpts. For some reason, I can't get this image to zoom out. But she had the most accessories, multiple pairs of hands, the two head sculpts, basically her mask that, if you're going to use the unmasked head sculpt that you would put around her neck, and then the extra hand with the webbing effect. So it just felt to me like this one scene they put the most effort into. And as I remember when, it was first announced and everything, talk on the message boards and everything, people seemed to kind of be leaning more towards Silk as being the fan favorite. I personally prefer the Ceph figure, which I'll show you here. I'll get rid of her. And then Ceph is the final one here. And I don't know, I just like this. I missed out on the one in the box set, the female box set. I think that's where she was originally released. So I missed out. That was a Toys R Us exclusive, one of the last. I missed out on that one. So I know this was my preferred winner. But anyway, as it is, so originally they had said that the winner would be announced essentially at Comic-Con, and that they would actually release the figure. I don't think it was actually a Comic-Con exclusive. I think it was just being released at people at Comic-Con would have first crack at it. And because Comic-Con obviously was canceled, they've decided to delay. I mean, I think they could have gone and at least announced the winner, but I guess they're going to wait to announce it until they can actually release it. They say fall. Fall is what they said. I'm guessing September, because that's when they're going to be selling all of their other San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. Those are already listed up on the Hasbro Pulse website. The Hellfire Club, the Logan 2-pack, the Cobra Commander in the red and black, and the Transformers Quintesson set, and the Power Rangers one, and the Ghostbusters one with Tully. Those are all, they're not available for pre-order, but they're actually listed on the website now. And I suspect they're going to go up for pre-order as we get closer to September, and then they're listed with release dates as September. And I'm guessing that eventually whatever the winner is will be announced and be available around that same time. So, Ceph, not Barda. That's dope, according to Frank. Just reading comments here. I assume you guys can see the comments on your screen. All right, so let's move on. Next up, let's talk Madballs. So an old-time favorite is returning thanks to the folks at Megalopolis Toys. I do want to note Megalopolis is a sponsor of the site, but I think if you're a fan of the old Madballs line, you're gonna dig these. So even though Madballs started out as just heads, and I'm actually was not aware, but even in the original line, eventually they ended up getting some bodies. I don't remember those, but with these, you're definitely getting actual full-on action figures with bodies, and they come with quite a few accessories. I don't have the image of the accessories here handy to show you, but if you want to go to Toy News International, you can check out all the accessories, skateboards, multiple pairs of hands, things like that. So, I mean, the whole idea behind this line is just really kind of grotesque, and the artist, Mr. Gorman, I was listening to one of the Comic-Con at Home panel videos on the official Comic-Con website the other day. I think it was for independent toy companies. I forget the exact title of the video, but he was on there, or no, actually, I think it was the Mondo panel that they had, and because he does work for Mondo as well, and he was talking about how he was a huge fan of Mad Balls, and he had done work previously on Mad Balls, and apparently they had designed some really grotesque ones that back in the day were just too grotesque to release. And he was hoping that maybe they would get released now, so maybe that's something we'll see in this new line from Megalopolis. And next up, we've got Jason Voorhees is back from Neca Toys. The New Blood version was announced this week. Now, I've seen a lot of people, I think there's some confusion because I know, Randy has said that because there's a lot of legal issues that have just been going on with Friday the 13th, not with specifically NECA, but the actual property of Friday the 13th. And so all product, essentially new product, was put on hold. And I can't say for sure, and it's possible maybe the legal problems had been cleaned up, but what I think is more likely is that I remember back at Toy Fair, Randy told me that even though they weren't going to be doing any new product, anything that was already had already gone into the pipeline when these legal problems started, they were still going to be able to release. And so I'm thinking this figure is probably one of those that was just in the pipeline. So probably for the time being anyway, probably going to be one of the last Friday the 13th figures that we see. And again, it's not the license itself, it's just that everything with Friday the 13th, as I understand it, is on hold while they work out. I think it's owner rights of the original property and everything, I think, is what the dispute is over. But like I said, they are cranking out this one. He's got the grotesque face there, the alternate head sculpt and everything, so definitely kind of a gnarly looking Jason. And that one is up for pre-order now at places like our sponsor Big Bad Toy Store, so definitely if you're a fan of Jason, check it out. And like I said, it might be the last Jason that we get for a little while. Moving on to Mezco. So yesterday Mezco teased, they didn't really give us any details, but they teased that they're going to be doing 112 Collective Fantastic Four figures. Now the tease, this wasn't the tease they actually put out. They put out a little video on their social media that just showed, it was like an animated thing that looks like somebody created, showing a fire flare going up with the Fantastic Four symbol over the Baxter building. I don't know if they were hinting to any, like they're doing one specific figure, but my guess is they're going to do the whole team. Now my question really is not whether they're going to do the whole team, but whether they're going to do the whole team at once or they're going to release figures individually. Like with the Ghostbusters, if I remember correctly, they did it the whole team at one time as like a box set, so I could almost see them doing that with the Fantastic Four. But no details at this time. But if you are a fan of the Fantastic Four, I hope, with the Johnny Storm Human Torch, I'm thinking we're going to get some type of translucent figure, plastic figure, which I think would look really cool. So that's what. And then Thing, big ass Thing is going to be cool. And then obviously Reed, and hopefully Reed will have some good accessory parts for Stretchy and all that stuff. So definitely interested to see what they do with that. Now Mezco had a couple other 112 Collective reveals, which I'll get into here in just a bit. I don't think it's next up here, but definitely going to be talking some more Mezco 112 here in a minute. But next up here, we've got this very strange Doom Corn that they're calling it, and I guess this is something that appears in the game. I don't know for sure. I've never seen this before until they revealed it the other day. But very strange looking. I mean, obviously it's a repaint of their Doomslayer figure with the pink and everything, and the the horn there up at the top and the wings and stuff. So very unique figure. This, I believe, is gonna go up for pre-order in August. I don't have an exact date or anything, but if you like unique versions of Doom, this is probably one that you're gonna want to check out. All right, and while we're on the subject of McFarlane, so the other day I talked about most of the reveals for the DC Multiverse, the stuff that McFarlane Toys announced this week. However, it occurred to me I forgot to talk about this second wave. So I talked about the Build-A-Figure wave with Merciless that they're doing. They're bringing the Build-A-Figure back, but then they also showed off this wave with the Azrael and the Batman armor, and the modern Joker, and a Flash figure, and animated series Teen Titans, just yeah, definitely animated series Teen Titans cyborg figure that they're doing. So this, I don't think there's a Build-A-Figure with this wave, or if there is, they have made no mention of it. There are more Build-A-Figures coming, but I'm thinking this wave is not going to actually have a Build-A-Figure. But it's wave 3. It's going to go up for pre-order in August and then due out later this year. Most of the stuff that they showed off this week apparently is going to go up for pre-order in August. Originally they said like soon, like which made me think it was going to be like either that day or the next day. But it looks like most of the stuff that they announced is going to be going up in August. Now this Flash figure, if you follow Unparalleled Universe, he did a streaming video the other day with Ty from McFarlane Toys, and Ty had some of these figures in hand, and he goes over some of the articulation on some of these, including the Flash figure, which came off looking really nice. Also had some electricity effects that you can attach to his wrists and his legs, which look pretty good. So I'm definitely pretty pumped for the Flash. And there's two versions of the Flash. There's the Flash that's here, that's going to be a single release, and then there's a second Flash that they're doing in the Amazon exclusive 2-pack with the Red Death figure. Those really the only difference looks like different head sculpt and different sets of hands, but both figures should have pretty decent articulation. The Red Death 2 should have decent articulation. And I think I have an image of those in case you missed it. Well, that's the armored Batman figure that they released an image of that kind of gives you a look at the scale. So you got the White Knight, Joker, and Batman figure here, and then the new armored Azrael in the bat suit. So I definitely kind of disappointed it's not a Nightfall, but I understand them sticking with this theme with the White Knight and everything. So hopefully we will get like a Nightfall wave at some point down the road. But definitely, they seem to be working on their scale issues. Let me see if I can find those images of whoops. Okay, that one needs to go away. Alright, so this is a group picture of the Build-A-Figure wave with all the metal figures. So you remember they announced those initial metal figures with the Devastator and such. So this just gives you a look at all the metal figures that they're doing. So this is the Red Death figure that's going to be in that 2-pack, which strangely enough showed up first. Was said to be up for pre-order at Walmart. It never went up for pre-order at Walmart. I guess somebody made a mistake and it was actually an Amazon exclusive with the 2-pack. So that's why I guess all the mystery with that figure. But another thing I wanted to clear up that I talked about the other day was with these Robin figures. So the other day, I was under the impression that these Robin figures were, you can see these are 3 different head sculpts on the Robin figures. And I was under the impression, based on what they put out on their Instagram and everything, that the Robin was going to come with 3 different head sculpts. As it turns out, it's kind of like we've seen what Hasbro's done with some of their figures, where you buy the figure, and if you want to have all of them, you have to buy the same figure multiple times. That's what I was assuming they were doing here, but apparently they're going more of the chase route with these. So the Robin figure is only going to have 1 head sculpt, but there's 3 different versions that they're releasing. So you're essentially going to have to try and hunt down all 3 figures if you want all 3 head sculpts, if you want to army build this guy and have all the 3 different head sculpts. I don't know exactly how they're going to break these down, so I don't know if they're going to be equally packed. I don't know, maybe Robin will even get his own case. I have no idea how they're going to break this down, but it's possible that two of these might be harder to get than one, or maybe one will be harder to get than the other two. I don't know. I would have much preferred they do go the route of doing the 3 head sculpts with the one figure, and then if you wanted to have all 3, you just bought the same figure 3 different times. But like I said, that's not what they're doing. They're just doing one head sculpt, 3 different versions, and hopefully you'll be able to find all 3 if you want to do that. Also, in that streaming video I talked about from Unparalleled Universe, it was mentioned that these chains are actually going to be metal, which is nice. Robin actually has a really good ab crunch, so he can crunch down really good. Arms can bend pretty good, if I recall. So, and the scale with Robin, like with the Batman figure and everything, was also pretty good on this one. So it's not like Robin's the same size as Batman, which is a good thing. But definitely, I could foresee, people having a hard time finding all 3 Robin figures and being able to get all 3 versions. All right, so let's see. Looking over at questions here. Hope we get a regular Robin. Mega says, yeah, I can't imagine at some point we're not going to get a regular version of Robin. I mean, they can reuse that body, clean him up, what have you. So I would imagine Robin is definitely going to be in the works. Darkseid as well. I mean, I haven't heard anything about Darkseid, but as I said, more in that streaming video from Unparalleled Universe, Ty said that he knew of at least 2 other Build-A-Figures other than Merciless. So, who knows? Maybe Darkseid will be one of them. This is just the wave, the Build-A-Figure wave. These are the figures in the Build-A-Figure wave. So you've got the regular Batman, Superman here, the infected Superman, which I guess is essentially Bizarro Superman or Joker Superman, I don't know. But he's got double hinged elbows, unlike the regular version of Superman that we previously got. Build-A-Figure's looking pretty good. You got the wings and everything, so it's not a bad looking wave. Definitely going heavy with the metals, but I think that's what's selling best for them, which is not surprising. I haven't read the story, but definitely, you've seen a lot of companies, doing a lot of stuff based on that storyline. And going back to that streaming video, Ty said that they are going to do pretty much every member of from that metals storyline. So they've got that means they've got more to come. The character Drowning was mentioned as one that they're doing. And then here's the Batman figure that they announced. We don't really know how this one's going to be released. The Thomas Wayne Batman. He will have guns that are removable from the holster, which is nice. And apparently this is one of their nicest figures, sculpt-wise and everything. So hopefully we'll be seeing more of that one. And this is the 2-pack with the Arkham 2-pack, which should be available everywhere. See if I can zoom in a little bit here. This thing keeps messing up on me. Won't let me zoom in all the way. But you got the Batman and the Deathstroke. Deathstroke had pretty good articulation too, it seemed like. So that one. And then there's, and I've got an image here, so I'll wait till I come up to the image. But there's going to be a variant version of Deathstroke released, it looks like. And these are the 2-packs. These are the regular 2-packs. So this one here is the Amazon exclusive. And again, looks like it's not going to go up for pre-order until August. Flash figure, you can see he's got the gritting teeth, and then he's got like the at least one closed-fisted hand here. So that's the main difference. Otherwise, it looks like it's pretty much the same figure as the single-pack version. And then you've got the Nightwing and the Red Hood, which looks like it's going to be a really nice figure as well. Got the weapons and stuff. Paint detail is looking really good on that one. I'm not sure. I forget on the on the Nightwing. That might just be a repaint of the one we got, probably. Maybe with some minor tooling differences, but. Oh, now I lost the image. So I've lost it now, but there's an image that they put out on Friday, I think, or maybe it was even yesterday. But no, I think it was Friday. But basically, it shows blacked out images, and they didn't specifically even say that they were for DC Multiverse. But the images that you see, you can tell it's pretty much looks like some type of variant version of the Arkham Joker figure that's out on shelves now. and then some type of variant of the Deathstroke figure that we've seen in the 2-pack. So again, I don't know exactly, like especially with Deathstroke, I don't know exactly, maybe battle damaged or something like that. I'm trying to find the image, but I don't think I'm no. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna find it. So, but like I said, it's just a blacked out image, but you can pretty much tell it looks like some type of variant version. And they're listed as chase figures, not variants, but chase. So they're definitely going to be some type of chase figures. And like I said, more details are expected to come soon, but it looks like some type of variation of Deathstroke and the Joker. All right, so let us move on. So next up, we've got another 112 collective figure that was announced. This one was announced yesterday. Constantine from the DC universe. So this is the alternate head, all beat up and everything. It's got the magic effect. No specific details were revealed, just a couple of images. Thing I think is coolest about this one is that they've actually included a smoking cigarette. Constantine's known for his cigarettes, but with all the other companies that have done Constantine, they're not allowed to include cigarettes because cigarettes are bad for you. But Mezco apparently, since it's a high-end collector figure, was able to pull it off. And let me get to that image. And there you go. And I don't, this almost looks, the smoke here almost looks like maybe it's Photoshop, so maybe it's just the cigarette. I didn't look that closely before. I was thinking the smoke was actually part of the cigarette, but that really looks more like it's just some type of added Photoshop effect. So if that's an actual figure effect, then bravo to Mezco for that, because that looks like real smoke there. But it's definitely got the lit cigarette, which is cool. So I'm glad that they were able to include that. Okay, next up we've got, and if you caught, I don't know if Shartimus is still online here, but if you caught his SharkCon yesterday, he had Bobby Valiant, all right, I can talk, from Valaverse, God, who does the Action Force figures, and he announced that he didn't have images on hand, mainly because he was talking on the phone and not in a video. But he announced this figure. It's going to be a BotCon exclusive, which is not, don't confuse this BotCon with the old official BotCon from Hasbro. I mean, it wasn't put on by Hasbro, but it was officially endorsed by Hasbro. This is more of an independent thing done by Pete Sinclair, who worked with the original folks on JoeCon and BotCon. But I don't think this is an officially endorsed convention by Hasbro, meaning you're not going to see. I don't think you're going to see Hasbro on hand showing off new product. But this Action Force line is going strong. I talked about recently how they're doing a Sergeant Slaughter figure. These are 6-inch figures. So these are the accessories that come with it. But let me get to an actual image of the figure. So kind of a play, I guess a play on the Waspinator character. So, not an actual Transformer, but kind of a unique looking figure, which, like I said, looks like it's kind of being done as a nod to the Waspinator character. So kind of cool. No details. I'm not sure what this is going to cost, and I'm assuming you'll have to go to the actual BotCon convention, though they might offer it online too. I don't know that for sure, but and the BotCon originally it was going to be this year, but of course with all the COVID, it got delayed, and will be now it's going to be next year. I don't have the exact date on the top of my head of when that is, but here's another image again showing the accessories and everything. So I don't know, definitely, and this is a 6-inch figure, and so it should go with your Marvel Legends and G.I. Joe Classified and stuff like that. Could be a you could use them as a unique kind of weird looking Cobra soldier, wasp soldier, I don't know, if you wanted to. So wanted to show that off to you guys. Okay, more NECA news. Get these closed out. Neca, for a new Alien figure, not really new, but new reveal that they had this week, is they're re-releasing the Rhino Alien figure that they recently did, only repainted. So with more, I would say, more traditional, a more traditional Alien paint scheme. The original one was based on the old Kenner figure, so it had some brighter colors to it and everything. But this one, again, is more in keeping with looking like an actual regular alien. So definitely a cool figure, a cool sculpted figure and everything. And if you prefer your Rhino alien to look more movie accurate than old Kenner line accurate, then this might be one that you want to check out. And I think that's up for pre-order now. I won't swear to it, but if not now, it should be going up for pre-order very soon. They also showed off all three figures for their third wave of Alien's 40th anniversary figures. So this wave is the wave that's going to be exclusive to Walmart. The first wave was exclusive to Target. The second wave is available at most online retailers, and then this third wave again is going to be Target. We didn't know what the third figure was, but it looks like it's another version of Big Chap. I don't know exactly how this one differs from the previous ones, but a lot of people, I think, were expecting another human character, but it looks like instead we're getting the Big Chap again. So that one, and then sorry, no, screwed up. Alright, image is screwing up on me, but close-ups of the faces and everything. But these should be being released pretty soon, I believe. So I don't know if they're going to be available on the Walmart website. Randy probably has said somewhere on Twitter, but I don't know for sure. But definitely physical Walmart stores is where you want to go to get those. Oh, and then so Neca also released some clues. So the clues one set of clues they released are these weapons, which this image I photoshopped this image. This is their Nada 8-inch figure that they have coming out real soon, and I think these weapons are a tease for more. This is based on the Roddy Piper movie They Live, and so it looks like they're going to probably be doing some more figures. I'm thinking maybe a 2-pack with Nada and his buddy in the movie. His name slips my mind now, but if you're a fan of the movie, you know who I'm talking about. They get into the fight and everything. So because if I remember, he used the Mac 10 in the movie. So I think that's what that clue was for. And there's another clue which so the second clue is a little bit harder to decipher. So again, I apologize, all these images got out of order somehow, and so I'm having to kind of dance around trying to find them. But we got this one here. So this one, like I said, is a little harder to figure out, and of course it's not letting me zoom in right now, but you can see it's some type of heat vision. And obviously your first thought would be, being that they've done DC figures and stuff, maybe they're doing another DC figure, but I really don't think so. With my recent conversations, like at Toy Fair and stuff I had with Randy, I do not expect any more DC figures from NECA anytime soon. So I don't think this is a tease for any kind of Superman or DC comic based figure. Now there's a couple other options. You have characters outside of DC universe that are known for their heat vision. Some are thinking Brightburn, the movie about the kind of evil Superman. It's an independent type film, but it's kind of, the story tells like essentially they take Superman, Superman-like character, and he's a kid, and basically what if Superman was raised to be evil type thing. So I personally, that movie's already come and gone, and I think it got good decent reviews, but I just think a kid, basically in most of the movie, I think he wore just kind of like a ripped up ski mask and some beat up clothes or something. So I don't really feel like that would be a terribly interesting figure. So what I'm really hoping this is a tease for is another character that has been known for using heat vision, which of course now, because it won't let me move this image for some reason. See, I got to get better at using this program, because if I can't get better at using this program, then doing these live videos is not going to be terribly practical, because you sitting around as I fumble around trying to find these images is not too good. But so I'm hoping that this is a tease for the Amazon series The Boys. Homelander here, he uses heat vision all the time. If it's The Boys, then hopefully, not only just Homelander, but we would end up with figures of all the characters. So season 2, if you haven't checked out season 1 on Amazon, I do highly recommend that you do. It's definitely on the violent side, so it's not made for kids, but it's definitely, I thought, was a really good series. And season 2 is going to be airing soon, and season 3 has already been given the green light. So this show's definitely got some, is going to stick around for a while. So like I said, I'm hoping, I don't know one way or the other, but I'm hoping that what Neca was teasing with those heat vision, with that heat vision accessory was, for a Homelander figure, and meaning that they're going to have the license for The Boys. If it's Brightburn, I mean, I'm sure there are fans out there who will be happy with Brightburn, but for me personally, I'll be pretty disappointed if that's what they're teasing. And I really don't know what else they could be teasing with heat vision. Again, I don't think it's anything DC comic based. So Brightburn or The Boys seem like the two best options for that particular tease. Alright, and then final bit of news I have for you today is on the Mondo front for you Masters of the Universe fans. So they had one of their live at home panels on the official Comic-Con YouTube channel this week, and they showed off some new product for Masters of the Universe, their 12-inch scale line. So here we have Keldor, who is coming, which has the really cool looking, flaming head as his skin has been burned off, and he, revealing the skull face for Skeletor. So I think that's really cool. He's got the regular Keldor head. This is obviously based on the 2000X design. And then you've got like his sword and some pistols and multiple pairs of hands and everything. This figure is going to be coming out in February. It's going to cost $180. So, I'm not a huge 12-inch fan, but these Mondo Masters of the Universe figures have looked really good. And then we're also getting Hordak here. He is coming to the line as well, and he's going to be out in June of next year. I think, yeah, next year, and he's going to cost $200, and he's got all the accessories and everything, so that's definitely cool. And then the final one they teased is She-Ra. So release date or price is yet to be determined. I'm guessing she's going to have more accessories than what is being shown here. At the very least, she's going to have her sword. This one looks like is in the early planning stages. It is going to be out in September of next year, though, so we will probably get more details on this one in the fall. But definitely, if you're a She-Ra fan, I'm guessing she's probably going to have real type hair and such. So we'll be interested to see how that one comes out. But those were the three kind of new reveals for the Masters of the Universe 12-inch line. And that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. Hit the wrong button. Sorry. And the other thing that's a pain in the butt is I get this delay because when I push the button, it takes like 2 seconds for it to actually kick into effect. Oh, so I think I screwed everything up. Alright, hold on a second. I gotta close out all these images because I hit the wrong button and it opened them all up. But anyway, so this week, obviously, we didn't really get the reveals that we are generally accustomed to during San Diego Comic-Con. Hasbro really didn't have anything terribly new. I mean, they had the video on Tuesday where they essentially announced their San Diego Comic-Con exclusives and then kind of cleared up some of the teases that they had done at Toy Fair. The only tease that is left from Toy Fair is, which we know is going to be a Legacy Rogue and Pyro 2-pack, but they have not yet officially announced that one yet. But here, let me try this. Sorry, guys. One wrong click and it screwed everything. Alright, there we go. Of course, I'm only halfway on the screen, but it's probably as good as it's going to get here. But anyway, so not really, we really didn't get the full-on reveals that we were accustomed to for San Diego, but, and that's somewhat understandable with everything that's been going on with COVID. Factories have been shut down. I'm sure a lot of the product that they had originally planned for this year has been delayed. So, it's understandable, but at the same time, it's a little disappointing when you don't get all the cool reveals, at this time of year like you're expecting. But really, like I said, companies really only had, a couple reveals at best, and a lot of it was really just stuff that had been teased or we had seen previously and such, and we just got more details on and stuff. So probably McFarlane gave us the most new reveals with the DC Multiverse line. Surprised they did not reveal anything for the Mortal Kombat line, not even like the updated images for the new ones they showed off at Toy Fair. But there you go. So yeah, let me see if you guys have any questions, because that's kind of the whole point of doing a live stream, is so I can actually take questions from you guys here. Let's see. Do you know when the Mr. T and Roddy Piper is going up for pre-order to drop? I do not have an exact date on when that 2-pack is going to go up for pre-order, but probably I think all those figures they showed off for WWE are supposed to be out by the end of the year, so within the next few months, I would say. Well, 2-pack, yes, I believe the 2-pack Flash will also have the effect pieces along with the single pack. And if you catch Unparalleled Universe video, I don't remember if he specifically said, but he seemed to, in my view, indicate that it would also have the effect pieces. Timothy, yes, I agree with you. So, I don't think I talked about this yet for G.I. Joe Classified with those. I reported about it on TNI, but I don't think I've talked about it in the video. So as far as details on the classified wave that's coming to Target, the Target exclusive that sold out in seconds on Target earlier in the week, those are actually starting to hit physical stores now. If you go grab the DCPI numbers for them and you go to BrickSeek, you can check and see if your local store has gotten them in stock. Last time I checked, my store closest to me just got them in, looks like yesterday. So, but the catch is, though, however, is the official sale date on the Joe figures is not until August 14th. Now, some people are, if you follow it all on social media, you're seeing some people getting them. I don't know if the stores are being lax with the on sale date. A lot of times if you are able to get if you're able to actually get them out of the stock room, then there are ways that you can check out that bypass the computer system that won't let you check out and things like that. So I don't know if that's how people are getting them, or like I said, if Target is just being lax with the release date and going on and letting people get them. But I've heard people say that they tried and then Target told them no. So, but then again, like I said, I'm seeing people actually have them in hand as well. It's probably kind of going to be one of those things where maybe it's varies from store to store. But suffice to say, your store may have it in now, but you're probably, good chance you're not going to be able to actually get them until the 14th. Now, good news is that each figure looks like is getting its own case. It's not like one case with each figure in it, but each figure, at least the single pack figures, are getting a full case worth. And hopefully stores will, especially like with the Cobra Trooper, I'm hoping stores actually get more than one case of the Cobra Trooper, because that one is probably going to sell pretty quickly. But the others, it's 6 per case as I understand it. So like especially like the Roadblock and even the Beachhead, I don't think will be that hard to get. It's just really that Cobra Trooper that's probably going to go because it's an army builder. Everybody wants the Cobra Trooper. It's probably the coolest figure, except for maybe Baroness, which comes with the coil bike. Now, I don't know. I mean, obviously the coil bike is going to come in its own case, but I don't know. I haven't heard how many are in that. And in fact, it looks like those aren't even yet shipping. The single pack figures, I'm seeing on Brickseek arriving at stores, but like the Cobra, the Baroness with Cobra coil is still not showing in stock. So they're not shipping together. It does not look like. I assume they will arrive at the stores before the 14th, but that one, and I don't know what the case breakdown is. I'm guessing either 2 or 4, but that's probably going to be the second most in demand because it does have the vehicle. It's a little more expensive, but if you've seen the new promotional images that went up, I do think I talked about that in the last video, the new promotional images, which we have up on Toy News International, then that Baroness figure looks really nice. So. But like I said, and I also expect that at some point Target will put them up online again. I think you will have another opportunity to get them online, though of course if the scalper bots get wind of them, they probably won't last long there. But I'm tempted to try and go to Target and see if I can find a way to go on and grab one of those Cobra Troopers, but at the same time I feel my chances aren't going to be good. But sometimes they put them out on shelves, not realizing there's an embargo date. You get a stock guy who just sees them and puts them out there, and if that's the case, then you'll probably have an easier chance of being able to get it. But if it's in the back storeroom and you ask them to get it, they're probably going to tell you you're going to have to wait until the 14th. So the trials and tribulations of being a collector these days. Let's see, check questions again. JC, what happened with the Marvel Legends Ceph? Talked about it a little earlier, so you might want to rewind the video, but the fan poll was delayed. The results are going to be said to be coming out in the fall, probably September timeframe. We don't know who won, but whoever wins gets an action figure made. If I was a betting man, I'm going to say it's going to be Silk, but my preference would be Ceph. 49er says he's seeing stickers. Yeah, I've seen some people posting, Targets are getting ready to do their resets and are putting out the tags for the G.I. Joe figures. Let's see. Yeah. Lucky, it'd be nice if Target and Walmart, did something to stop the scalper bots. But I've kind of written about this on TNI, but I don't see it happening. That costs money, and at the end of the day, my feeling, I can't say this for sure, but at the end of the day, Target's probably more concerned with just, they don't really care who buys the figures as long as they're selling. And with exclusives, the whole point is to get you in the door. If you find, so that once you're there, you'll buy something else. So if you find the exclusives right away, you don't have a reason to come back. So again, I can't say they're deliberately, short stocked or made hard to get, but you can certainly kind of see the logic of why it's somewhat beneficial to the retailers that the exclusives are not the easiest thing to get. And again, as far as they're concerned, I would guess a sale is a sale, and I just don't see them spending a lot of time, adding things to their website that's going to make it harder for somebody to buy something. So Sucks for us collectors, I know, and unfortunately, I don't think there's much the toy manufacturers can do. They're kind of Target and Walmart are their biggest customers, and they're kind of beholden to them. So it's not like they're going to say, "Oh, we're going to not sell our product at your store if you don't do something about these scalper bots." They might make a fuss, but at the end of the day, I really don't think they're going to walk away from the Targets and Walmarts. But who knows? Maybe things will get better. And to Neca's credit, I know I've given Neca some given them a hard time recently over how difficult it's been to get their turtle figures. But they seemingly, at least on the Walmart front, have taken some steps where they were able to start selling the Walmart exclusive stuff on their own website. I don't know exactly what they did. It seems like maybe they're charging a little bit more for buying them online. So maybe they're having to give Walmart a little bit of a kickback on the sale of the figures that they do on their website. That's just pure speculation on my part, but they do seemingly, made some strides in, getting Walmart to allow them to sell their exclusives to those of us in the United States, at least in limited numbers, on their own website. And as you're probably aware, NECA has been trying to implement some stuff to keep the scalper bots at bay. So stuff still, as I understand it, the turtle, well, those actually were sold on, I don't know how, I've been so busy covering stuff, I don't know how the NECA exclusive sales went. I know the Target turtles, which were sold on the Target website, sold out really quick, but the stuff that was sold on the NECA website, I don't know how long that lasted. So I haven't heard a lot of people complaining, but I don't know for sure, just because I have not had time to really follow that. But I do know that they were implementing stuff on their own website to try and persuade the scalper bot. So like I said, a little bit of hats off to NECA. It's still pretty frustrating for the turtles, which I think is their hottest line right now. But hopefully maybe they'll make some progress on the Target. Maybe they'll be able to convince Target to allow them to sell their exclusives on their own website as well as the Walmart stuff. For me, I'm not really into the movie stuff that much, so to me, it's all about the Target animated series stuff. That's the line I'm most excited about. The movie stuff, I love the movies, but just not enough to collect the toys. Though some of those figures, are looking really good, but I'm really more into the animated series stuff for me. So I'm really waiting for them to announce that they'll be able to start selling their Target exclusives on their own website. Oh, and I was thinking about doing, if I have time, I am going to be taking a little time off at the end of the week here, but I was thinking if I had time, I was thinking of maybe just taking a day. Like I only have I have one Walmart and two Targets that are in like the near vicinity to me, but I do live in a major metropolitan area, so if I'm willing to spend the day driving around, I could probably hit up 10 different Targets and less Walmarts in this area, but still more than one Walmart if I was willing to drive, like I said, drive around in a 10 to 40 mile radius, basically spending the day driving around to these stores. So I was thinking about doing a little experiment, not only just for the NECA stuff, see how easy that is to find, but also the GI Joe stuff, since I'm interested in both of those. But just kind of interested doing experiment. I know going to the stores near me is a waste of time because they never have anything, but I thought maybe it would expand my search, maybe do a video about that and see NECA keeps telling us that they're getting more and more stuff out to the actual store shelves, and so maybe put that to the test, hit the tri-state area and see what I can find. But a little bit will depend on timing. Like I said, I am going to be taking off some time at the end of this coming week, so if I get one video up next week, that's probably going to be it. And we'll, any news that breaks or what have you. I don't know when the next Hasbro Fan Friday thing is going to be. I don't know if they're going to do something next week, reveal anything. I've talked about this before. Hasbro didn't really do anything for San Diego per se, other than the thing on Tuesday. But I assume they're going to continue to do their Fan Friday things for their various brands. They kind of switch around. The new Transformers animated series is going to kick off on Netflix. And I can tell you that I've gotten a little bit of a preview of that, and so far from what I've seen, it actually looks pretty good. So I if you're a Transformer fan, I think you're definitely going to want to check out the new Netflix series, which I forget what day exactly it airs, but it should be, I believe, this coming week that it's going to go live. So, all right, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thanks for checking out today's video. Sorry it was a little bit sloppy with the live, but I wanted to check it out. Definitely got to get a better handle on this streaming software with the images and everything, but if I can, then I'll probably do some more live stuff in the future. But stay safe out there. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and until next time, guys,